Welcome back, everybody, to the Pinnacle Services Robotics webinar. I am your host, Ryan Diver. I am joined by Mike Clothier from Imperial Dade. Mike, how are you doing today?
Doing great, Ryan. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us. Before we get started, I just kind of wanted to give the audience a chance to learn more about yourself and Imperial Dade, what it is you have experienced in this space. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure. Yeah. So Imperial Dade is a large supplier of janitorial and food service supplies throughout the country. I've been in the industry for 30 years, working with Pinnacle directly for about 25 years. So we have a long-term relationship, and kind of I work hand in hand with Pinnacle, introducing new products and helping them kind of forward their operation.
Yeah, and I think the robotics space is something that's, it's new, it's cutting edge, and I just think it's a very, very interesting topic for what's going on at, the different types of healthcare and school facilities. I really wanted to jump in right there with the first question is, as we introduce robotics into schools and healthcare facilities, what are some of the biggest challenges that those environments face and that robotics directly help solve?
So really, the biggest thing that robotics can help solve for an operation, whether it be healthcare or education market, is the trouble that everybody has today with getting staff. When you have a robotic machine doing, whether it's vacuuming or auto scrubbing, you get an employee that shows up every day. So it really is a force multiplier. It's not something designed to replace an employee. It's designed to help your current employees do the things that robots can't do, more intricate type cleaning. So having a robot that can go out and clean the floors while you're doing other tasks like, wiping down high touch areas with disinfectant or cleaning bathrooms that robots can't currently do. Those things really can impact an operation and how successful they can be working together.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting because it's just the continuous cleaning, the cleaning that you didn't think that you were going to get, or, now it's just, almost 24/7 running around the clock, making sure that your property is, spotless is pretty, it's very forward thinking and it's cool to be in an industry like that. Another question I kind of had here was, the major advantages through robotics cleaning is having verified reporting during dashboards. So like you always kind of know where the machine has been, where it's covered. How does that technology improve accountability and like transparency for the property?
So really, the fact that we know where the robot has cleaned and has not cleaned, we can see with a report that comes and it gives a map that shows you that this is what the robot covered. If there's some reason there's something in the path of the machine, it'll go around it and you'll see like, hey, something didn't get cleaned. Why didn't it get cleaned? And maybe there was, some sort of obstacle that needs to be moved and put back where it was before the machine was routed. But it also just gives you, it was cleaned. Versus in the past, what we rely on is, our cleaning staff goes out and cleans, and if somebody says, hey, that doesn't look clean, maybe it was soiled after the cleaning crew worked. Now you can say, listen, I can show you that at this time of this day, this machine cleaned this area. In the past, it would be, let me ask my cleaner. My cleaner would say, yep, I cleaned it. Um, but we're going on word, trusting everybody's word versus this is verifiable. You get a map that shows you exactly what was done and what was not done. The other thing you get with a robot is it doesn't skip spots. So, human error is natural. You may have spots that if I'm mopping a floor, I may miss a spot. When the scrubber is running and cleaning the floor, it doesn't miss. It covers every inch.
Yeah, I think that transparency and just having that peace of mind really is what's going to separate this technology from anything else cleaning operations wise that a property can have, right? Like being able to verify this is exactly what was done when it was done is something that people will have no question of how their property is being managed, how it's being cleaned. Like
Yep.
it's pretty, really amazing stuff. Going off of that, you have now been involved in multiple schools and other facilities that have utilized these robotics. Can you share some of those measurable results and feedback that you've gotten while there?
Sure, absolutely. I have a large university that I work with that currently has about 15 robots deployed throughout the campus. Their intention is probably to expand that. But they started with two machines in their library, which is one of their largest buildings, all carpet, two vacuum cleaners. And they were running them for 51 hours a week of runtime. In that, they were cleaning over 3 million square feet in about 8 months. They What they were able to do because of that was they were able to redeploy some of their staff to go to another area of campus and to do different tasks. Specifically, they were spending more time doing the disinfecting and doing restroom cleaning and spending more time making a better impact. The other thing they saw with those robots running every day, vacuuming, is the amount of dust in the building dramatically reduced. So the amount of time they had to spend dusting went down as well, which was something I didn't know that was going to be one of the benefits of this. What we found is the more you run the machine, the in the beginning the vacuum bags fill up very quickly. After about 2 to 3 weeks, they start not to fill up very often at all, because we've removed a lot of dust that manual vacuuming just couldn't do. So they've seen a great increase in productivity in other areas and things that require a human touch. So it's been a great integration into their operation.
Yeah, I think you touched on something really interesting there is that the addition to the robot has basically freed up the services and places where they can't go. And now the existing staff that was already at the property can focus more of their time and energy into those, more nook and cranny type of areas. I guess kind of going off that, the robots to be, a really good integral part have to be adaptable, right? So can you share like how robots adapt to different facility types, such as like school hallways or like a hospital wing?
Sure. Yeah. There's really not a place I've seen where we can't type of facility, whether it's healthcare or education or office building or anything like that, apartment building. The machines can work in pretty much any facility, anywhere where you're running a vacuum cleaner, mopping a floor, running an auto scrubber, anywhere you're cleaning a hard surface in a long hallway or a conference room area. I have a customer that use it in a banquet facility. So there's really no limit to where we can put them. And the technology keeps getting better, and as it gets better, we find more and more places that we can use the machines.
Yeah, I mean, as technology gets better, is there anything you're hearing in terms of like evolution or innovation that could be like a next step? I know at Pinnacle, right, we're always trying to innovate and be on the cutting edge of technology, but I'm just curious if you see any way where we're headed.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, every day the machines get better. The technology they're using, the software they're using can do more things. In the past, the original machines would just notify us when they were done, and we would have to go to the area where we left them and then take them back. Now the machine will tell you it finished its area, and it'll meet you at the janitor's closet so you can empty the whether it's the vacuum bag or the tanks or whatever. The machines now have the technology to go and meet you somewhere. They have the technology to put themselves back on a docking station. So the technology keeps improving. Pinnacle has always been on the cutting edge of technology, whether it be upgrading to newer floor care technologies that require less stripping, or better microfiber technology, newer disposable technologies for microfiber. Pretty much they've been on the cutting edge, and they are on the cutting edge of robotics as well. And every time there's an evolution, Pinnacle wants to be up on it and knows what's coming and where it's going.
Yeah, that's really interesting to see. I'm very curious to see how we move forward, where we're at with robotics in this kind of cleaning space and, that 5, 10, 15 year window. Um, I think that's all the questions we had, Mike. I really appreciate you stopping by and chatting with us. It's very, very interesting, and I appreciate your insight.
Yeah, thanks, Ryan. It's been great to be here and look forward to working together more.
Awesome. Well, I thank everybody for tuning in and listening. If you want to learn more about Pinnacle's robotics cleaning offerings, please feel free to reach out to us at pinnacleservices.com, and we will see you next time.